Here it is. It's Wednesday, and I can tell you already before we even started, while setting up, we've had a couple of people freeze. We've had Leon disappear and go to black. We've had Donnie with a party at the background. So today should be interesting. Yes, it's Wednesday. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. We've got the Wanderers to talk about. We've had the Wanderers this Sunday for Sunday Series 2, and that included a match play final for the Masters. Don't get confused. It is just the Masters match play that we will dive into. We've got our dinner at the Robertville Hotel from Glenfiddich, and we have more team match plays, etc., etc. I've got a nice crowd on with me today to take us all through this. So thank you for joining us. Let's just check that everybody's there. It looks better than when we went on air. Fricky, hello. Donnie, hello. Leon Oosthuizen is here, and Ian Holzhausen is here. Okay, let's check with all our very technical, astute chat line people. Can everybody hear everybody? So we'll start with Fricky.
I say hello, manne. Welkom hierso. Sien baie uit.
And then we have Donnie.
Hello, boys. Hope it's been a good week and a good day.
And we have Leon.
Well, hello there.
Hello there. And then we have Ian.
How's the Ducks? Hoe gaan het?
All right. So, did you hear all of us, including me? I'm sure you did. Waiting for the first message. I know that there's a 10-second delay, so we got to wait 10 seconds, Fricky, for the message to come through.
Yep. 10-second delay.
Yes. I'm just going to say. Oh, there we go. Wait. Did somebody say something? Loud and clear. Thank you very much, Louis Jensen. Much appreciated. Let's get straight into this and say hello to everybody. How are we? Let's go to our special guests first. Leon, one of the reasons I have you on today is because you haven't been on a while. And your team partner is Donnie, sitting on top and opposite you. And you guys are one of the first of two, to finish your team games already. Congratulations. 4 out of 4. Well done.
Yeah, no, quite stoked about that achievement. I don't know if Fricky knows how that feels, but yeah, myself and Don is quite happy. I think that was one of our main aims to get it done and dusted and move on to the knockouts. Can't wait for the knockouts.
Now you guys just have to play your singles. Fricky, so you are the common denominator apparently.
Yeah, it looks like it, Mazzo. Me and Donnie, when we split up, I think Donnie made a good choice to get Leon. He has obviously won all his games. And then when Gerard dropped Graham, so far they've won all their games. So it has to be me, eh?
Luckily you won your game at the Wanderers. Otherwise this discussion would be going on a bit longer. I've got you with me because you were also at the Glenfiddich dinner. What a nice evening that was, and welcome.
So, thank you, Maz, and thank you for the invite again. Yeah, the dinner was excellent. It was very educational, and yeah, what experience. Thank you to Stephen and Glenfiddich.
Yes, it was, and really went out of his way. And how's your season been going so far, Ian? You told me you had plenty top 5s.
Yeah, but 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and then a few 6 or 7 outside that area.
Okay, outside the top 40 or just outside the top 10?
No, it was 3 outside top 40. Everyone is inside the top 40.
And the best news.
So if I can ask this question quickly, Ian. How do you know all those things? Because I can't remember where I feature. I mean, do you have something on hand that you have all these things? And just share with us.
You know me, Fricky. I've got a lot of spreadsheets.
Is it? So you also have spreadsheets.
Fricky, it gets me thinking that actually Ian is beating you on your spreadsheets.
You should see that stuff. It's next level, eh?
I think you guys are all nerds and you should come together once a week.
Happy with that.
I even have an A4 paper full of putting notes, also taking to the greens.
And you
see how the ball is sloping.
Richard, I hope
Yeah, I can vouch for that because I played with him there at the Masters at Serengeti, and he was walking around with that A4 obstructing the sun, even though it was cloudy enough.
But not just there. He had one for Eagle Gate and Jackal Creek as well.
Yeah.
It must be working, people. It must be working, otherwise you wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
I'm working very hard on my short play.
Yeah, well, keep up the good work. I'm going to throw out a question straight away because we like these questions and the guys are watching. Here we go. Here's the question. I'm sure you'll know this. So the question is, what was the name of Cough Belief before the name changed?
I know.
We've got one I know.
I think I know.
I know.
We've got two I knows.
I think I know.
You think you know?
Yeah, I'm the same one.
The memory's shot. I think I knew it, but I can't remember.
Okay. But I thought it might be a simple question. So I thought, let's throw it out there. So the guys on the chat line, this is more for you because the guys are clever on the show. And let's see if you have it. Martin Tauta from Kenya. Thank you for joining us, Martin, all the way from Kenya. We have international viewers, gentlemen. Can you believe it? Shannon Schaefer, thanks for joining us at the Wanderers. Can you hear everyone loud and clear? Yes, thank you very much. Jason Derikan, look forward to hosting the Ducksford Challenge 500 on the 19th of May. Jaco, all the way from Canada, our second international. Our second international guest is with us, Jaco Groblau. All right, the name changed. Some guys have it. I don't know if Ian's left us completely, but while Ian is not here, I mentioned the Glenfiddich evening, so I've got a little video of all of us. Fricky was also there. It was a great time. So sit back, relax, and have a look at what transpired.
Cool guys, so welcome. This is very informal. Talking whiskey, I've been in the whiskey game for about 14 years now. Talking whiskey, looked after the Diageo Reserve portfolio. Those that don't much know whiskey, it's the biggest whiskey portfolio in the world. 28 different single malt distilleries, etc. And then obviously now I look after the entire Glenfiddich portfolio. We have 3 whiskies in front of you. From left to right, you've got the 12-year-old, the 15-year-old, and then the 18-year-old. Okay, so the Glenfiddich 12-year-old. Aged for 12 years in American bourbon and European sherry casks. Now we can do this in public. What you're going to do is put the tongue against the top of your mouth, okay? Open your mouth and breathe through your nose like this. If you have your mouth closed, you're just going to get the fumes out. Tongue against the top of your mouth and then breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, so you should get softer notes. If you close your mouth and breathe now, you'll get a lot harsher notes. And then the second thing you're going to do is now you're going to have a sip of it. All right? Now those that don't drink whiskey often, what I want you to do for your first sip is just take a sip, swirl around your mouth and swallow. Okay. What we're going to do is prime your palate so that when we do take our proper sip, you don't go, ugh, this is yuck. Okay. If you think about this as your mouth, right? There's a couple of flavors you'll pick up. This is your tongue or mouth. On the sides of your mouth is where you pick up the characteristic or the flavor profile of the whiskey. Okay. The tip of the tongue is where you pick up the spice. So when we taste the 15-year-old, you'll pick up a lot in the tip of your tongue, which is the spice. So, like I say, the Glenfiddich 12-year-old is the biggest single malt whiskey in the world for any single SKU. But really nice, soft, and quite delicate.
I must say it was very spectacular. We met some awesome people, built new relationships.
Enjoy the history of Glenfiddich.
I loved it. I must say the 18-year-old was one of the best. Very smooth on the tongue.
Absolutely.
And she enjoyed it. She said it's the only bottle I should buy.
Yeah, it was very nice. Thank you for the invite, and it was very educational. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for Glenfiddich and for Mr. Saunders.
Yeah, very, very nice. Nice meeting all the people that I only always just hear about. So yeah, nice putting faces to the names.
Yeah, it was lovely. I must say, learned more about whiskies I think tonight than I did ever. So, but very nice education. It's nice to meet the add-ons to the guys. I mean, the spouses. Add-ons, sorry, it sounds terrible. But to meet the better halves, yes, sorry. Better, sounds better. No, it's nice to meet the additional ones.
I've enjoyed Fricky's wife. She's very entertaining. So it's been very nice to meet the other partners.
So yeah, I'm very grateful.
Learned a lot about whiskey that we didn't know. We don't drink whiskey that often, so it was an educational experience. Loved it. The food was awesome. Hospitality was great.
Kind of experience now what your husband goes off and does on a Sunday.
Drinking, yes.
We've been hosted spectacularly by Steve and Glenfiddich. We've got such a nice education on the whiskey tasting, the years and how it's made and the processes and where it comes from.
Great whiskey, great company, and like you said, like an education. It's so lovely to know about the history of Glenfiddich. And my favorite was the 18-year-old.
Of course it would be a favorite. It's the most expensive one.
It is the most expensive one, but it's also a full-bodied whiskey. I like it.
I must say it was very informative. I actually enjoyed it. Had a few cuppa in the beginning, so it was nice. But I really enjoyed it, and it looked like everyone was actually enjoying it.
What was your favorite whiskey?
My favorite was actually the 18-year-old, and I don't drink whiskey. Yeah, so it was interesting. It was like a learning experience, and but you're still not converting me, hey?
We enjoyed it. It was quite entertaining. It paid off at the end of the day. I was spoiled, so.
You know what I'm gonna say? It was lekker. What else?
Yeah.
It was nice and good, and it opened up my mind about whiskey and not only brandewijn. So it was nice.
Yeah, it's been great to host the guys here at the Glenfiddich house, or we call it the Glenfiddich Lake House, here at the Ruberville Hotel. It's our private cigar whiskey lounge that overlooks the lake here at Ruberville Hotel. We are the world's most awarded single malt whiskey for a reason, and it's great for the guys to be able to appreciate that, enjoy it with some great food, great service from the guys here at Ruberville. So the guys haven't come and check it out, they must come check it out. It's absolutely a beautiful space. Duckhook for me for the last couple of years, it's been a real cool thing to be a part of. You know, it's a family. I think all the guys tonight as well really connect with each other. Everyone had their wives here, which was quite cool. We haven't done that in a while. So for everyone to get together and basically build this community of what Duckhook is, it really speaks to what Duckhook is about, right? So this won't be the last of these events with Glenfiddich or with Airstone and how we get together, but it's really cool to have everyone here, and hopefully next year we have a different vibe and they can get to experience it themselves.
How nice was that, gentlemen? How nice was that? Look awesome. Donnie, sorry you missed it, and Leon, sorry you missed it. You'll have to play better next time.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. I must say, still having goosebumps on the day. It sounded like my wife was a treat there with a couple of ladies there as well. So she's lekker, eh? So,
Well-
but yeah, it was really good there. Really enjoyable.
Martin's wife really enjoyed your wife, really. And one of our panelists was saying that we all love 18-year-olds.
Apparently, eh?
In the background. Luckily, I won't say who it was. It wasn't me. Yes, so thank you very much to Steve. It was great fun. And as he says, hopefully we can do it soon again. But this brings me to we all left there saying, all six of us saying that we need to try and do this more often, where we can get the wives involved, get to a place, let them care, or let us care, should I say, and have a good time. And why not expand the community we already have, just entrench it even more. So let's look at doing that. I think it'll be great, great fun. So the reason the guys were there was because it was the Masters. The top 5 managed to play. We didn't get an actual champion on the day, so there was a lot of discussion about who was going to win on the Sunday, which was the playoff at the Wanderers. And I can tell you that we have an answer for you. So this was the final moments of the Masters 18-hole playoff between Martin and Stefan.
What about?
Well done. Well done.
Stefan, well done. Well done, Stefan.
Congrats, Stefan. Masters 2023 champion. How do you feel?
Surprised. Martin was playing so well. He came back at me from about the 13th hole he won almost everything from 13 coming back to 18. So, yeah, happy, surprised. Oh, but thanks to Martin as well. You played excellent.
Yes. Is a machine. No, Stefan was a better man on the day, but it was like a game. I enjoyed it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Please give a round of applause to our new Master Champion, Stefan Henrit.
Well done. A long time, a long process, but at least you are on the honours board.
Yeah, happy to get out of it with a win. First win. So, yeah, very happy.
Fantastic. Well done. Into all the majors for the next year.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So there you have it, our new Masters champion, and taking away that awesome Glenfiddich sponsored Adidas bag. So yes, great efforts. As you saw with the scorecard, it was up brief, so we'll go through it quickly. This is what it actually looked like, and this one says Martin Tata. All square, and then Stefan had it. It went 1 up. All square again. Then Martin went 1 up. Then all square for 2 more holes. Martin went 1 up. And then all square after 8. This is where I had checked the live scoring and saw, oh, this is a tight game. And then 3 holes later, I looked again, and Stefan was 3 up. And then look at that steady comeback. 2 up, 1 up, 1 up, all square on the 17th. So he at least made a run out of it, boys. Well done to Stefan, and well done to Martin for fighting back.
Yeah, Mazza, I must say, looking at that fight back in the end, yeah, you would have thought that the momentum was on Martin's side, and unfortunately, with missing that last putt. But yeah, in the end, you need to have a winner, and luckily, it didn't go to a draw now. So yeah, it's all good. Well done, Stefan.
Let's just say, while we're talking about the draw, let's just say that Martin had won the stroke 1. So only if he halved that hole, he would have been the champion. So it really came down to centimeters on the putting green.
Absolutely.
Johnny, you've been in this situation. Have you won a major? Yes, you've won the Summer Cup. It's nerve-wracking, isn't it?
No, it is. Yeah, like thinking back, it's like we had 2 playoff holes, and standing on the tee box, it's like it's nerve-wracking. But yeah, for them to play 18 holes, you have to compose yourself, and the nice thing is that I think at the end of the day, golf won through that game because there was highs and lows. Both guys led the games. There was a comeback. It's just unfortunately, it's like the greens were difficult at Wanderers, and I think a good putt came on top. So yeah.
We're going to touch on the green shortly. But Leon, there's nothing quite as pressurizing as a putt to win the Classic after you've made some fun about it.
Yeah, I refer to the 50-degree from time to time on the course. Yeah, that was a fun shot. Yeah, but the nerves was through the roof. It was like a battle scene in your heart is sitting in your throat, and yeah, you're just trying to stay focused, and you've got all that stuff, and then Mr. Erasmus almost sneaked in there, but yeah, I managed to keep him away, and yeah. It was great winning the Classic, so I would definitely recommend to all the newbies, come play the Classic. It is something spectacular, especially at Island Gates.
You see, Ian, I don't even have to sell it for you. He just sold it for you again, and that's why you come.
Yeah, no, I paid my deposit today, so yes, I'm definitely going.
And thank you.
So I can't wait for that experience.
Thank you for your deposit.
It took a whiskey festival to convince this guy and his wife, so luckily we did it. Eh?
Yeah, we were all around him saying, no. I know it's your birthday, but this is the birthday present, not the other stuff.
Yeah, that's part of the birthday present.
Oh, very nice. Okay, I'm going to the chat line quickly. The question I had asked earlier, what was the name of Copperleaf before? Some guys say the Else Club, but it's kind of the Else Club Copperleaf. What was the answers are correct. So there are guys who've been around long enough. Frikkie, what was it called?
Gardner Ross, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
That's correct.
Did you know that, Ian?
No, I thought it was the Else Club.
No, it's not. And how many Else Clubs are there in the world? Do we know this?
Yes, probably about 7, I think.
No, not a clue.
Any other guesses down at the bottom?
6.
I can tell you.
I'll go with 50.
5.
Jesus, 50. Well, I can tell you it's not
15.
15. Oh, 15. There are 4 Els clubs in the world, and I hope this is current from the source I got it. The others being Dubai, Langkawi Island in Malaysia, and the Desuru Coast near Singapore.
Yeah.
Right, so Gardner Ross, and there's 4 of these Els clubs, and so there's 5 in total.
Did you guys
No?
play the
One?
course
No, 4.
before the clubhouse was completed?
I played it when it was still those metal containers. Remember that?
Yeah. So it's like
long
if
time.
you think about it, it's like there were the 10th tee boxes.
Yep.
There's like a small sort of square parking area on the right, and that is actually where the pro shop and the check-in was. You actually came through that gate, which is now the housing gate. So yeah.
That is correct, in those containers. And then eventually there was a clubhouse, eventually. Right, let's have a look at the top 10 of Wanderers that happened this past Sunday. Great day, great weather. The course came out with all its teeth and really gave everybody such a challenge. Well done, Louis Jordan, making birdie on the last hole to jump Jan Venter from -2 to -4 to make 40 points to take his second Duckhook victory. Unfortunate, Jan sat as the clubhouse leader for a very long time and then got pipped right at the end because Louis was one of the last to come in. Well played to Leon Duplessis. Alan Lowe's up there, top 5. Fats, good round for him, -1, 37 points. Richard Stewart, Johan Pretorius, Stefan Lombard, Mitchell de Assassin, and Stefan Enrit. Well, if you're +1, then you'd think maybe that he would win it. Boys, how difficult were the greens on Sunday? I don't know what it was, but I found them exceptionally difficult. What did you guys think?
Donnie, you start. I'll end.
Yeah, no, the thing is, I think if most of the guys saw, like on the greens, you had like a shiny side and obviously a darker side of grass, and that shows that you've got grain on the greens. And I think we're a lot of guys that's not sort of know the whole concept about grain grass. It's basically when it's shiny, you're putting with the grain, so it's going to be quicker. If it's in the darker side, it's slower. And I think that's also part of parcel why the greens were so difficult, because it's not easy to putt on grain. And, also, like a good example, my partner there, Leon, the one putt he thought is just literally swinging like a foot, and meantime it was like 5-6 feet of turn, and that's what the grain does. But at the end of the day, it's like I think the balls did run through. The greens condition was good, but it was difficult. It was very subtle breaks, but it was a true test.
Same opinion, Frikkie?
No. I must say it played easier for our 4-ball. I don't know why. We were playing obviously our match play, and we were boxing putts from nowhere. So we actually found it. Obviously, it was difficult, but we actually found the putts to be falling. So I can't comment that it was too difficult because we did pretty well in the 4-ball.
What did you think, Ian?
Yeah, for me it was actually difficult. I liked the bump and run shot, so the chipping was you couldn't see measure the distance correctly to run it onto to the hole. For me it was the putting was with the greens. What Donnie also said with the grain that the dark patches, it was difficult.
Leon, do you agree with your partner? Did you struggle?
No, I wouldn't say I was struggling. I just had to putt with the bloody handbrake on because I like smashing it. So it was nice and slick. I think it was just that one hole, as Donnie mentioned, why I didn't calculate the swing of it. But I mean that's the beauty of Duckhook. We can learn due to the fact that we play so many courses, and I think it's a great experience for everybody. But I think this definitely, especially with this time of the year, that was actually from the start of the year some of the fastest greens we've played on.
Correct. That was the question I was going to ask. I was going to say, was that one of the more difficult greens we played on this season?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do we have thumbs up all around?
Yeah, I think we can go that route. Yeah.
Ian, you disagree?
Oh no, for me it was Parkview.
Okay.
We played Parkview just after Hollow Tining, so the greens were a bit much slower.
Slower, yeah.
And I've struggled with that one as well.
Yeah, I do tend to agree with you also with that one now that it rings a bell. Okay, let's quickly, before we go on to all the nitty-gritty, give us a course rating Now, we already established that some guys' rating systems are very, very generous. They give 10 out of 10s for Jackal Creek, so I really wonder what they're going to give for one roof. I'm going to give it a 7.5 again.
Yeah, Meza, I'll go for a 7.5 as well. Did find the course nice. There was a few GR places. Bunkers was okay-ish. So, conditions, I mean, the rough was pretty good. Yeah, unfortunately, just found myself losing one ball on one of the holes just from nowhere. But furthermore, the course was really, really good. So I would say 7.5 is very fair.
Yeah, Mazza, like I must say, it's like according to Fricky, the week before it was going to be like a monster. I don't think the course was the rough side was that rough. What I did find, I was in a couple of bunkers. It was a little bit sort of not like good sand, like if we had to almost compare it to Jackal Creek, that those bunkers they were pretty good. But yeah, a couple of like Fricky said, GR patches, stuff that they were doing around the course. A couple of wet spots as well where the drainage wasn't so great. But overall it was still a good track. I enjoyed playing there. And I think because of the enjoyable, like the way the round was and stuff, like I would go like an 8.
An 8?
8.5, yeah.
I suppose that's fair.
Yeah, for me it was my first time at Wanderers, so I scored it a 7. It was not the best courses I played before, but also above average, definitely above average. So 7 for me.
You can stay, Ian. You can stay. You're rating nicely, yeah.
No, I'm also 7.5 on that course. As I said, as Donnie mentioned, there's a few GRs and all that stuff. I think we've been privileged to see it in a better state, but we know also that new developments with some of the new water features that's there. So obviously the course would be patchy on certain places. The only thing that I was not happy about is I had jaunty roads from time to time with all the bloody trees low hanging, dead branches catching my balls.
Yes.
So yeah. So I think if they can maintain that a bit better, I mean, get the old branches off, that might be might be a nice course.
And not just that, sorry, Matt, just to interrupt you there. I think the one thing also, remember when we played was hole number 11 there on the left.
Yep.
It took the guys a while to find their balls, between those leaves. And it's just something like just getting a guy there with a leaf blower. Just sort of get it to the one section. It's just that sort of small visible stuff. Leaves are going to fall. We all know that, but it's just to make it look a little bit prettier. I think that's just what it comes down to.
I would agree with you, with Leon. Some of the trees could be pruned back a bit. Because there's some spots that like there's no gaps, and I was part of that. You hit in an open gap, and there's this big of a dead twig, sitting up there, and dunk, you hit it straight. Yes, I shouldn't be there in the first place, but I think we're all on the same page. Let's quickly run through some more of the comments that I see. To include the boys, Vickers Albers, well done to you, and as well, Martin. Good golf. Vickers also says it was very easy to 3-putt on greens. Yes, Louis Jensen says, I just hit the ball and hoped to hell it would get close to the cup. Vickers, Fricky, I think you guys just misread the putt and it actually went in. Louis gives us a 6. Gustav says he prefers fast greens over slow. Yes, we all do, but if you compare this to a Pretoria Country Club when that is fast, sure, it wasn't far off. I'll tell you that much. 7.5 for the course. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Mas. I need what I want to say about fast greens. I don't mind fast greens, but I mean, if you hit a great shot into the green, it needs to be rewarded. Some of these greens it bounce like a bloody card path if you hit it in there, and then that's what makes putting so difficult for the boys, because it's either off the fringe or at the back of the green to get close to the pin, and then it becomes a 3-pot party.
Yeah, but remember also, you can't top your drive and then have a 230-meter drive or shot in and think it will bite. Normally, you've got like a wedge in. So, keep it there.
As I said, if it's a great shot, Frankie, focus.
If it's a great shot.
But again, It is correct. There were times where, like Ian says, you try and run it up with your little chip shots, and you cannot judge it. It's bounces and goes. There's no grip on it. I don't care if you're playing the spinniest, tightest ever. It wasn't spinning as much as it's supposed to. So that kind of messes with you. So practice rounds, I suppose, will help there when you know what to expect. Okay, let's go through some of the wondrous things.
Way to hit the ball.
The guys will help me through this. Obviously, Louis, as you saw, won on the day. He made the birdie there to finish off on the 9th hole to make 22 points coming in. He did have 2 blackouts, so still very, very good golf to counter the blackouts and still be able to shoot 40 points. As I mentioned, he had won before. He won at CMR, and he said in his interview almost to the day that he had won, almost 1 year ago. Let's have a look at the pins, gentlemen. There were 4 of them.
Yeah, let me do that, Mazzo.
It's coming.
When it comes through.
She'll be coming round the mountain.
Par 3, 6. Yes, like I had that one, and then Donnie took it, and then it looks like Simon is the winner of that one. So, yeah, nice one, Simon. That's a Golf for 8 sponsor. Then par 4, 11th, Golf Concept voucher, Anthony Meredith. That has taken that one. Par 3, 15th, Aston. Richard Verlieren Perry. He played pretty solid for some stage. Oh, no, it was Andrew, that played solid.
Andrew, yeah.
And then the last one, par 3, 17th, Mitchell. I hope it was as close as almost the only one. I don't know how far that was, Mazza.
I went past there, but that would have only been halfway. It was probably 2 meters away, but I don't think his name was on it. So he must have pipped whoever was next or before him.
Would be nice. Another one, yeah.
Yeah, I was also for a long time on the par 3, 15th hole.
Okay.
For that Whisky. For 3 meters, and then someone pipped me as well.
Football Alliance, yes, Frikkie won. Oh no.
Yeah.
Let's show this one first. Well done, Frikkie. Frikkie, Gerard. Who did you play with? Moritz and Stefan Lombard. That's a good scorecard, and you won by really, really a long distance. Like second place was quite a way back. Take us through it. How many 6-pointers and 7-pointers can one team have?
Yeah, Mazza, like I said, we were boxing putts from even off the greens. I mean, with Mo and Stefan hitting 4 irons longer than my driver at the stage. So, yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, luckily, I think Gerard made the eagle on the 9th, and I think I made a 2-pointer there. So that was a 7-pointers. But yeah, furthermore, I mean, 6-pointers. We were halving holes on 3-pointers. So, yeah, it was a crazy, crazy game. But yeah, very enjoyable.
And
good for us to win the beat.
Maz, I think we need to audit that score.
Audit?
Audit, yeah.
Yeah, come on, try. I think this one is Glen Vista, if I'm not mistaken.
This is not right. Why would this one be there? Okay, never mind.
But Glen Vista was good, eh?
Yeah. You mentioned Gerard's got his little eagle on the 9th, and you whipped out your camera. Yes, your camera. And you took a quick video of it.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Guys, we've got something awesome here. Oh, gee, man. Well, let's just hope it's in the hole. Let's just check first. We'll show you the pitch. It looked like it fell. Here's a pitch mark. Los daai eers. Kom ons check jou gat, man. Let's just double check. We are on the 9th. Shot number 2. G-man. Hoe voel dat, man?
Unbelievable. Speechless.
Huh?
Heart is...
Ja, het voel soos 'n holy one, hè?
My first eagle.
Daar sê. En dit vat ook die gat, né? Ons het nou 2 op.
2 op.
Well, Mo, oh, sorry, you guys still need to putt, hè? Gee, well done, hè?
Thank you.
Made mine at Silver Lakes.
Awesome moment. Leon was saying he made his at Silver Lakes on the 11th hole.
That's great.
All the way in the corner. So we've got a couple of eagle boys. Donnie made an eagle, but on a par 5, so that doesn't count, because if you're playing a scratch, that's like a birdie.
I must say that was something stunning. His drive went like 50 meters past Hanru and Gerard. He smacked that ball and had an easy, I think, 7-iron into the green.
You had a 7-iron into that green.
I had a 7-iron.
Jeez.
My drive was 328 meters.
Wow.
And 7-iron in.
So, Donnie, not to burst any bubbles, but I think Stefan had a 340-odd meter drive, and if I'm not mistaken, he had like a 9-iron or an 8-iron. and he just missed his eagle putt. It was obviously a bit left at top, but yeah, he just missed the eagle putt, got the birdie. Obviously won the hole, but yeah, it was craziness. Those guys were just mad.
How far did these people hit?
Do you know the difference between the two physiques? He looks like a gorilla, and I've got a triplet in front of my body here. So it's like, he's gonna hit the ball further than me.
Yes, no, that was crazy golf.
Sure. Different game when you can hit it that far, gents. Different game. Different game. Let's have a look at the par threes. This is always interesting. We said we'd have a look at these. These were the par threes, and Louis Jordan won it on 300th. So 3 points, 3 points, 3 points on 4 of the 3 holes to make it 11. Leon Duplessis, -2, coming in second. Carl van Meulen, -1. Carl, Moritz, and Rakesh also -1. Frikkie is there on even, and no one else on this group. But it just shows you, really, that the par threes weren't as easy as they could have been if those are the only guys out of 88 to be able to go under par. Agree?
Yeah?
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's the greens.
Yep.
Definitely the greens.
Smash, I just want to add there to Andrew Skuma making that 4-pointer on that par 3 there.
Yes.
It was a crazy putt. So we basically all attacked the pin, and then Andrew was the furthest of all, and he drained it, and that's where Donnie and myself actually lost the hole against them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one silly, simple putt, and it was so amazing. So no, well done to Andrew and Richard as well. He also made a bird there. And Donnie and myself, I think we walked away with a 4.
And you guys still won. You're talking doomsday stuff, and you guys still won. Par 3, par 4s. Gerard's name, can you believe it? And that's going to be because of that 5-pointer that he got to take him to -6. But also 2 4-pointers to go with it. So well done, Gerard. That's great. Great golf. -6. So where did he go wrong, Frikkie, if he's -6 in the par 4s?
Definitely the par 5s, and I think the par 3s as well. He struggled a little bit, but mostly par 5s, yeah.
Fats did well, -3 on the par 4s. Jan Venter, -3. So basically the par 4s is what got him his score. And a low, -2. Rich Stewart, -2. Stefan, -2. Rudolph, -1. No one else on this page. Corné van Sale, I played with. I'm surprised. He had a great back nine because he only dropped a shot on the last hole of the back nine. His front nine wasn't so sharp. But yes, he did pull it back. Par 5s, there's 3 par 5s to look at. So it's going to be pretty close. Hanku Jordan, which is Louis' son. Jaco Swanepoel, Mitchell, did well in the par 5s, surprisingly. A couple of 4-pointers in there. So a couple of birdies. Well done to the guys who made their birdies. Alistair Tim, Hanru Skuman. Yeah. So that pretty much breaks it down for you of who played best over the par 3, 4, and 5s. If you want to have a look at the hole rankings quickly, what was the most difficult hole? Well, the most difficult hole was the 14th with an average of 1. Can that be correct?
Sure.
Which was a 14. That's the... Surprisingly, because that's before the downhill par 3, to have an average of only 1.07, that means, because that pin was also tucked at the back left corner, if you can remember.
Yeah.
So you had to clear bunkers. You couldn't really get it close. And then you bring the greens into it and you 3-putt it, so you end up making 1.
No.
The easiest hole on the course is the 10th. And that's largely because of your eagle, most likely, Donnie, to bring the average up to 1.92.
Glad I could assist there.
What was your best hole, Ian?
It was. I made 2 birdies.
Where?
But I can't remember.
Remember one for
like
me.
I said, it's my first time on the course, so everything is still a blur to me. But I know I had on a par 4.
Oh, that
my
helps.
second shot was in the bunker.
Oh, thank you.
And then I chipped it in.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I'm glad. I'm glad that your par 4. good hole on the par 4. There's only 10 of them.
I can't remember which one was that.
You're so golf crazy. You've got spreadsheets and stats and wind gauges and highlighter markers and grain majofters, but you can't remember what hole you make a birdie on.
Yeah, no. I was just happy to winning the hole.
Okay.
For our team match play.
Here we go, Liv. This is the standings. There was 2 or 3 teams that managed to play. Graham de Villiers, Kevin O, Ryan Jensen, Louis Oosthuizen. You'll be surprised that you played is 6, so you're almost at 11. You got 579 points, so well done to you guys.
Yes, baby.
Ian, your team's doing pretty well. You're averaging higher than Lone Wolves, so if you just keep your average up, you should catch them. Frikkie and them in 3rd, and then as we go down. So hopefully by the end of the season, we have most of these guys to 11. There's not much hope held out for the bottom few teams, but hey, so it's great when you enter and then you don't bother. Let's have Strixon was there on the day, so let's give them their airtime for their wedge and putter demos.
So we got the wedge and putters here today. So it's the new RTX 6 wedges. Got the new Hydro Zip technology on them. So out of bunkers, out of wetness, out of thick rough, out of a fairway, it gives you maximum spin. 2 extra grooves and 3% deeper for more spin interaction. So these babies, they just want to make it stop on the green and stay there. Then we also got the new HB Mold soft putters with the speed face technology and the mold face technology. So it doesn't matter where you strike it off the face, it will roll out exactly the same as what you stroke it with. Nice thing about these, the weight sits more in the head, so it allows you just to make a nice stroke and a putter will do the work for you. That's easier in golf. You want something to do the work for you and not you work for them. So yeah, it's a nice thing about the nice ones. Still have the HB soft in them, so very soft off the face, very nice and comfortable and forgiving off the face. Mallets is the same technology in them. All it is, weight distribution is much more, so a little fatter sole, much bigger, more weighted. Everything has the new HB Mold soft straight through from the 1 to the 14 with the new mold technology, making it much easier for you to putt.
Once again, thank you to the Strixon boys, Edward, for coming out and demoing the clubs. Interesting putters, those, Donnie.
Yeah, no, you can see obviously it's like Cleveland has also gone, it's like very a broad spectrum of technology in their heads and everything. So it's like mold faces, different style of necks for different style of strokes, so yeah, no, the guys need to, if the guys are in the market for a new putter and they want to try it, just give us a ring and we can help you out.
Awesome. Now it's time to have a go at Ian because Donnie figured out which par 4 was his best. And it was the hardest par 4 of the lot. And then we established that he chipped in from the bunker to make 4. Come on, Ian. How do you not remember the chip in?
I was confused about the hole 15 par 3 and the hole 4.
Yes, hole 4 is that tight one, the par 4.
Yeah.
That used to be at once upon a time, that used to be the stroke 1, believe it or not.
Yeah.
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 But it was so lucky. You can give me 1,000 balls out of that bunker and I will not hole it again.
Gerard Snamman says, I'm still on cloud 9 about that eagle. I'm sure you'll have another one. Well, imagine when he makes a hole in one. Crumbs. It might be the end of Gerard. Vika says 7.5. Okay, we've got this. Okay, thanks. So if you have any more comments, gooi them down. All right. We were talking, before we go to the standings, about the about greens. Okay. I went on to SA Top 100, their website, and so we take them as the people who are official, because it makes interesting talking points. These are their top courses in Gauteng greens. Here we go, boys. Tell me if you agree with me. I don't know if you've all played this. Steyn City, the rate is number 1 greens in Gauteng. Blair Athol, number 2. Killarney, number 3. Well done, Jason. That's very good. Glendower, number 4. Rocklands, CCJ, 5. Ipotsi is number 6. Royal East is number 7. Wingate Park, I'm not surprised, is up in the top 10. Also very slick and difficult. So Weta Country Club is in the top 10. I can't remember their greens, so that would be interesting. Waterkloof generally have good greens. Here's page 2. Page 2, number 11 is delayed, but it's coming. Yeah. Number 10 is Glen Vista. Well, that should be number 11. Pretoria Country Club, Centurion, Parkview, Woodhill, Copperleaf, Woodmead, Bryanston, Modderfontein, not surprised, and then Danefern. Any comments?
Yeah, I'm just glad Observatory is not on there.
No, they're never be on there.
They've got some asset on there.
They didn't even make the website.
Actually, I must be honest, I'm surprised that Wanderers is not on there. I think they've got great greens. Yeah, so it's a bit of a shock that they're not on there. So, yeah,
I also
would
think
definitely add them to that list.
this was done last year, so, their greens could have been
Yeah,
pretty like Jackal's greens could have been on here.
Yeah, the other course that's also not on there is Houghton.
Yes.
We do know it's a little bit of slopey greens and stuff, but the greens are normally in very good nick, and it's like sort of quick in pace as well. So yeah.
Yeah, Serengeti as well.
Yeah, Serengeti as well. So again, they have their criteria. I suppose I was actually having a chat with people. We should do our own show of rating things. Dedicated to it, work out a format, and we find our own top courses, because if you have 88 people's opinion, there might not be the professional opinion, but it's got to count for something, right?
Yeah,
like an amateur. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, Maz, just from throwing it out there from a point of view is, you get a good golfer, a low handicap, a mid handicap, a high handicap playing together, then the guys rate the course from their perspective, so you get an overall, consensus of what's happening for each level of golfer, on the course, which is I think good.
I'll think about it.
I have to agree there with Donnie. I mean, if you've got a great day on the course, you will even call a dog's breakfast a great course. So I think it all depends on the day and the mood you're in. So yeah, if you've got a great day, obviously you will rate it high.
But there has to be a criteria. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through the standings. It's the end of the month. We're moving into May, and this is what it looks like. We've got Sunday Series 1 top 10. Peter Zaccario leads the Sunday Series 1 going into May. Stefan Henrit is in second place, 3 points behind him with Van Lebowski. Ian Holtzhausen, there you are. Ian, well done. Top 5, at least, for Sunday Series 1.
For now.
Graham de Villiers. For now, meaning you're going up. Ryan Jensen, Vaughan Williams, and Jason. Ivan's feature in Sunday Series 1. Let's have a look at the Thursday Series. Who wants to take us through this one?
I'll do it, Mazo. So we've got Eddie Kutzer there. Number 1. Yeah, he's tight. Yes, he's with Lekker also. Lekker Serwart. And Jamie Sherry on 108 points. That's third place. Milkshake Knutzer there with 106 points, fourth. Again, Ian Holtzhausen. That's another top 5 there, 105 points. Was it for Pity so? 6, tight 6 with Vickers, hou jou broekie aan. Alberts, great there. Jean-André de Toy, the defending champ, he's on 8th place. Yeah, just have a look out for him. He's definitely going to climb that leaderboard. And then Kevin and Leon on 9th and 10th. Well done, boys.
Is Ian in the top 5 of Sunday Series 2?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. You gave somebody else a chance.
Let's see. Yeah, no, we can see Clint Brutus leading the Sunday 2 there. It's like, and in second place, Louis Jordan. It's like we can see Leon Duplessis there. It's like, I think it's 76 points. And then
75.
75. Yaku always a steady player, so it's good to see him up there. Same for Graham de Villiers. And then we've got Mr. Sherry there already. Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how long Richard can stay up there, considering that he's leaving the sunny shores of South Africa. And then we've got all the Edwin Stoltz, Pranay Pandey, and then Wayne Radu finishing up the top 10.
Mazo, just quickly help me out. I think the biggest fall for this one would be Eddie. So he probably had a bad game. I think he was first or tied first, if I'm not mistaken. I can't see.
Yeah, he was tied first last month. So now he's 7th this month. So one of his low scores must have fallen out, and it was lower than the rest of them.
Okay. That's cool.
Anyway, Yaku went from 11th to 4th. Leon went from 11th to 3rd. So there were some big jumps. Just touching on Richard Stewart, yes, all the best. He's moving to Singapore with his family. He's done an awesome job.
Okay.
Sure. So we unfortunately are losing one of our, I don't even know how to describe it, pristine, long-standing, committed Duckhook members. So all the best to Richard. And he said whenever he's back or in the country, he will book around with us and come play. So yes, it's always space for you and all the best. I think he only leaves in June, July, so he's here for May.
Yeah, just a shout out for Carl as well. He's leaving as well.
Carl van der Linde is going to the UK, so there's another one. Who's next? The player of the season. Let's quickly go through this. Finally, the points have been put in for Stefan Henrit because he's taken 850 points for the major. Therefore, his average has jumped up to 212. He's got 1,274 points. So he's jumped. So his progression was 26, 18, 15, 1. So now he's on top. Mark Borragero with his victory at Jackal Creek takes him to second. Gerard Gerber, he's played 2 good rounds, 1-1, and then came in the top 5. That puts his average 163. Johan van der Veste is in 150. He's going to be there a while because he doesn't play too often, so he'll fall out soon. Luki Janssen, Edwin Stolz, Nico Rutz is consistent. He plays a Thursday series and he's still managing to keep his average up there. Clint Broders, Alan Lowe, and now Louis Jordan with making the win. Now, if you have forgotten, this was spoken about earlier, but there is a mid-season January to June. The golfer with the most ranking points will receive a Strixon hamper. Not average, but the most points, because we want to reward that player for playing a lot and collecting points. Okay, so this is what this looks like at current stage with the most ranking points. Gerard Gerber is leading with 1,473 points. Then Edwin Stolz, Stefan Henrit, Clint Broders, Kevin Ho. Ian, you're up there. You're a victory away from catching some of these boys. Jamie Sherry, Martin Tata, Alan Lowe, and Mark Borragero. So none of the other boys are there. So this ends at June. So the end of June, we will then announce who will be winning this Strixon hamper, as you can see. Okay.
Mazo, is that before the Masters or before the Open or after the Open? When does it close?
That is a good question. Do we include it into it? Because that's the 2nd of July. Because then it's 2 cycles, if you know what I mean. Do we include it? Because if you go and win the Open, there's 850 points in your pocket. So if you do it before that, those points aren't available.
Yeah, but surely you have to, because the first quarter's major fell in there. So surely it's I think the cutoff date should be the major, because then you've got the same amount of league games and the major on the back half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we happy?
Yeah, Maz, I just think you open another Excel spreadsheet for all, see them if that is that.
Correct. Yes. So the final thing, okay, we'll do that. So we'll do 2 cycles. So that includes the Open on the 2nd of July at Ebotsi. And then we'll have the cutoff. So the winner there will go. So for those people, we've still got a chance. You know, if I can win the Open and a league game, for instance, then I'm right up there. Kind of. And everybody else must stop playing. Then I'm okay, just to wrap up, because we've gone on for a very, very long time, I'm just going to go through the teams quickly. We won't do the singles. We'll run through these, and then we're going to say goodbye. Okay. Who played here? Well, Ian, you played. You go through what happened here.
Yeah, we had a very difficult game against the 3 Putt Kings, Hansi and Rudolph. You know, Boren's handicap was scratch, and then Rudolph had 26 shots on us. So yeah, he struck 8 holes. He did double stroked, and we lost one down.
That's not too bad.
But the Bogey Bros is the team to beat, I think, and the Steady Eddie is struggling a bit.
Yeah, I think that.
I think it is Uncle Eddie with his health issues at this moment.
So all to play for. The top 2 go through, so you need to get a victory, and hope things go your way. Let's go to pool 2. Donnie, you and Leon had a game against designated drivers.
You want to take it, Leon?
Yeah, like I said, it was quite a fun game playing against those boys, much younger than myself and Donnie. But yeah, no, it was it was quite fun. It was it is actually sad that we're done, but yeah, I'll take the 13 points in total there. And yeah, and we're just waiting for the next for the second row is there to come in. But I think we can gladly say we're comfortable to going through to the
guaranteed to go through.
Guaranteed
to go through. There's not even a doubt. That will probably be one of the most points that will be in the groups. Cool.
Yes.
Well done for finishing all of them. Let's go to pool 3 quickly. Pool 3, who's in pool 3? Jaco and Corbus played in pool 3, and they went down to Putt Putt Bar. Am I right?
Whisky and Odos.
No. The Whisky and Odos are leading.
Oh, sorry. The captain.
They played Putt Putt Bar, and they lost. But I don't know that thing there. Okay, so Whisky and Oros are in 7, leading the way with Putt Putt Bar on 6. Let's go to pool 4 quickly. Nobody played in pool 4, so this stays the same as before. Tee to Green are on 7 points and Up and Down on 4 points. Let's go to pool 5. Pool 5 includes, I think this is my pool. Nobody played here, but there are games coming up at Krugersdorp, so this hasn't changed. I think Burki and Soti are playing Chicks with Sticks, so that will be the update over there. Pool 6, might be Fricky, no. There were no games in this game, so this stays the same. Beast from the East 6, Whoever Boys 4, BEE level 1 4. Pool 7, where are you, Fricky? Are you in the last pool?
Yeah.
Carl and Lukey played against Robert and Rakesh. The Weekend Warrior, Bogey Boys are also done all their games. That was the other team. So Robin and Rakesh are done. They got 7 points. Weekend Warriors have only played 2 and already got 7 points. So they will be going through, and then it all depends on what happens with the other teams to see what happens with the Bogey Boys.
Mazo, with court 65, Richard going away, is Peter going to get this up?
You'll have to. When it comes to, you'll probably get through the knockout stage, then you'll have to find somebody else. So if anyone wants to jump on board. And this is your group, Fricky, to finish the show.
Yes, so obviously Putt Putt Bar played against Ricketts and smashed them 5 and something, 4 and 5, 5 and 4. And then Fatty Simone is playing against a master debaters and beating them 3 and 1. Yeah, 3 and 1. So yes, looking forward. We just there. We just need to take the next 2, and then hopefully we will go through.
Yes, you need another victory just to almost secure your spot. Right, gentlemen. Sorry for dragging on a bit. Even though we're reviewing, but we'll be back next week because we got. Do we have anything else? Yes, next week is Krugersdorp.
Yeah.
Yeah, Woesterrand boys.
And then we'll carry on. That's it from us. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It was a great chat once again. Thank you, everybody, on the chat line. Let me just see if there's anything else. Not that I can see. So, yes, thanks very much. That's it for Wednesday. Enjoy your week. Public holiday.
Long weekend, boys.
Long weekend.
Long weekend.
Long weekend.
Those of you golf, don't forget the invite. And,
Yeah. Playing twice. Cheers.
Adios, amigos.
Yes.
I never lose. I will succeed, not immediately, but absolutely and definitely. I will take action when others hesitate. I will think big when others don't. I will sacrifice when others won't. I will dare to dream of greatness when others fear it. I will outwork my competition day and night. The one who is hungrier to reach the top will always get there before the talented guy. Maybe not immediately, but in the end, hungry always wins. In the end, hard work always wins. In the end, heart wins. Courage wins. In the end, the one who is more dedicated to reach the top will win.